And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Friday. And welcome back to Free Roam Fridays, where we free roam with Arthur. In Chapter 4. What's that about? Peter Walsdorf says it's cold enough for everyone here. Here in Coulter, it's negative 13, but feels like negative 30. That is cold, Peter. That is very cold indeed. And stay warm, friend. Okay, so tonight all we are doing is the Algernon quest, and it's probably going to take us it's going to take more than a couple weeks. Channel member Glynis Coleman is here and says, hello, everyone. Greetings, Glynis. How are you, friend? Glad you're here. We're going to go pick some flowers and also shoot at some birdies. Glynis says, hello, superantonio and Sadie. Sadie's right here. We had a little bit of adventure on tonight's afternoon walk. It was a little tense. I'll tell you about it in a second. Do we have the El Rifle de Varmenti? Yes, we do. That's an egret. And that, my friends, is an egret. Get back here. Get back here. Get back here. We're going to get that egret if it's the last thing we do. There. Hold on. There's the egret. We need egret feathers. That better be an egret. It is not. It is a... Oh, it is a little egret. A little egret. Okay. I think we need them feathers. Curb says, howdy, everyone. Peter says, this morning it felt like the temperature was negative 42. Those numbers are just ridiculously cold to me. And Cruz says, most tedious mission in the game. Yeah, Cruz, everybody voted on it, and it was overwhelming that they wanted me to do this. Oh, geez. Really don't want to deal with this Joker right now. But we have to. We got to help these people. Where is he? Oh, there he is. What is it? Okay. Okay. Glenn says, I'm sorry, Peter. It was 56, 58 this morning and 77 today. And we were supposed to get cold Monday, though. Hey. Don't get off the horse. Triangle is grab weapon in another game that we play a lot of, that I was playing before, literally before this stream. Are we there yet? There it is. Okay. Let's get some old Deadeye in here. Get one through the window. Double tap. We saved her honor. Look at the cracks in the walls of this shack. Why do they even need windows? Okay, hold on. I'll get rid of him. We can feed him to the gators or put him on the horses. Mama One is here. Everyone say hi to Mama One. And Papa One is also here. Mama One says, hey, family. Papa One says, hey, gang. Greetings, Mama One and Papa One. Happy Friday, friends. I'm glad you're here. I missed you. Oh, hold on. We got $50. Okay, P. Gator's here. P. Gator says, hello, Super Antonio and Sadie. When you finish this side mission, if you ride away from the cabin and the horses despawn, go back and you'll see a prisoner dead, and you can get a gold bar from him. Yes, I know that one, P. Gator. We'll do it. And P. Gator says, hello to everyone and happy Friday. And Peter says, cold enough for you, Mama One and Papa One? Oh, what happened to our horse? We'll just leave him there for Horace to deal with. Horace can deal with them, and he can sell those horses for $6 a piece, which is his annual salary in 1899. Okay, let's grab another flower, and then we will actually do a little consultation of what we're trying to do here. I've got my maps, so I know where everything is. I have extensive files on this quest, but that'll be a good place to stop. Was that a raccoon or a possum? Carbine repeater video should be out by this weekend or Monday. I've got the audio finished. All I have to do now is assemble everything and make a thumbnail. And traditionally, I make the thumbnail while the video is rendering, because that always takes a while. And hasn't respawned yet. Okay, what is everyone saying? Mama One says, missed you all, and Mama One says, it's chilly here, Peter, but we are hoping to avoid the major... Yeah, there's a major storm coming for you guys. And Papa One says, I'm hoping it doesn't freeze too bad where we are, and P. Gator says, hey, Glynis. So, on the walk today, I'll tell you about it. On the walk today, this afternoon, it wasn't ice. Where's his notes? Handbill recipe. There were a bunch of cops. Is it notes? Yes. So this one apartment building that we walked by. There were a bunch of cops, like it was a felony stop. They were all milling about outside, and so that was scary. Um, and there was a helicopter above. Okay, so but nothing was happening. It's not like the tear gas was out, and it wasn't ice. There were no whistles, but something was happening. And as we, and I immediately like cut the dog walk short because I didn't want to. I don't want to get caught by a stray bullet. I don't want to get tear gassed. I certainly don't want the dog to get tear gassed. So we were walking away, and as we were walking away, more cops showed up and blocked off the intersection. And as we were as I was watching them like speed up, and the lights are on, sirens aren't on. The blue hairs came out of nowhere, and they had their phones out. They weren't recording anything, but they were running towards the action as we were running away. And you could feel in the air, it was an electrifying moment that something was happening. And even the dog knew. She was very excited. And I was like, we're not getting tear gassed. You don't understand. There's no tear gas for you, please. And because I don't know how to explain it to her, poor thing. So anyways, yeah, we ran home, and then she was looking out the window trying to see what was going on. But I wouldn't let her. We only need Lady of the Night orchids. Okay, well, it's night. I want to not be in first person. I want to let's sleep a bit and get some daylight on the situation, and we'll grab some flowers. So yeah, maybe tomorrow or Sunday for Carbine Repeater, Monday at the latest. And I have a bunch of video ideas. I just had a burst of inspiration this week. Lots. I would count them for you. Okay. Where's the map? Well, actually, let's check to see if the one here respawned. Nope, not yet. You can eagle eye these things. Okay, so map. Okay, where are we? So first off, we need to go right about here. Maybe we can see it from here. Let's see. Yes, we can. What's that about? It's private property, Morgan. Need 15 of these jokers. Glenn says, yeah, believe it or not, it will be 86 on Sunday and 58 on Monday afternoon. I believe it. And Peter says, Mama and Papa, it's 13, but it feels like it's negative 32. And Papa 1 says, you're lucky, Glennis. And Glennis says, yeah, Papa 1, we can't even get rain. Papa 1 says, our high is 32 degrees and the low is 16. That is cold. Okay, next we need to go, I'm going to say right about here. There's 3 on this side of the river and then 3 on the other side. Take the horsey. We'll leave the horsey here. There it is. Don't even have to eagle it. Now we need to go, I'm going to say, a little bit further down, the river to right about here. Hope we don't run into any gators. Here it is. Look at that. This is how accurate my maps are. This is how accurate a superantonio map is. I hope you appreciate that. I don't think you do. I know you do. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. I'm just trying to impress the women. There it is. Okay, now we need to cross the other side. Kind of systematic. We're systematic about this. Unfortunately, we can't be as systematic with the egret situation. Those things spawn randomly. There's a couple spots I like to go. But we'll knock out the flowers. And some of the... Don't mind us, sir. We're just picking flowers for our effeminate friend in Saint Denis. He's very fancy. I wonder if he knows Josiah. Okay, map. Look, we haven't really explored. Oh, wow, we're very close. There's one. Let's see if we can just... How do we add markers? L3. Okay, there's one about here. One about here. And one about here. Is that a gator? It is. Move along, sir. I saw the cutest video. Well, it wasn't cute. It was what's her name? Her name is something like Chainsaw Jenna. And she made and you know, she's a professional chainsaw sculptor, I guess, is what they're called. And she made a chainsaw sculpture of a hippo, a baby hippo for a zoo. It was really, and it was fun to watch. I mean, it helped that she was cute, but mostly it was about her talent. She's very talented. I couldn't do that. And you know, I like to watch woodworking videos. I do. And so she has a property. I'm sure it's her parents, and you know, she's just like, she didn't fell the tree, but there were like these giant trees that were already down, and she, you know, she had to mill it a little bit and chainsaw it, and yeah, it looked like a hippo. It was really cool. Chainsaw Jenna is her name. It's fun to watch. I mean, if you like country stuff and chainsaw art, I guess. Okay, where are we going now? We're going over here. Forgot about the markers. Markers really make things easy. The gators add a little bit of a... There it is. a little bit of a challenge, I suppose. Um, Mama One appreciates it. Super Antonio Mama One says, "Thank you, Mama One. I know you do." Uh, Glenn says, "Yeah, Mama One. They keep changing the forecast. Been watching since Monday." And Papa One says, "I'd kill to be in warmer weather. One reason why I never moved to Alaska. I love the hunting and the wildlife there, but not the winters." And P. Gator says, "Also, right near where you are parakeets. Yeah, the parakeets. It's super rare, and I've only gotten to work twice for me. Yeah, the parakeets." Um, Papa One says, "I could not imagine Algernon collecting these for himself." No, Papa One. He gets suckers like Arthur to do it, but he pays well. And Glenn says, "It's been nice weather here, Papa One. At least comfortable, not 95. I hate hot weather." Glenn says, "30s at night, 70s during the day. It's perfect for me." That does seem rather perfect. Okay, now we need to go. I'm just going to put them all on here for us. Approximately here. Wait, hold on. It's L3. L3, and by the B of Bayou Noir. And over here on the island. And then right across. Talking to myself and the chat. And then there's one right about here. And this, I think this little inlet, there's we can look for egrets there. And where are we? Okay. Then there's one. The last spot that I know of is right about here. And I don't know if this will give us 15. Wait, hold on. Okay, where's the horse? Let's do this one first. Sorry. It's R2 to drive in another game. And it's triangle to put that thing away. Mom one says the egrets will make you pull your hair out. I have a couple egret spots. I will show you. Okay, here we are. Somewhere around here. One of these darn trees. Is that it? I was way off. Nope. This is we'll need it anyways. Oh, it's a vanilla flower. We will not need it. Faking us out. What's that about? Problem is you have to look all around the trees. And here's me bragging about how accurate my maps are. I would assume it's this tree. Okay, let me check again. Okay, we are... Oh, I'm completely wrong. Sorry. Sorry. It's supposed to be here. We're way off. Okay, remember, to quote Jack Reacher, you asked for this. Nothing's going to happen except, you know, we might get eaten by an alligator. That's about it. And one time I got attacked by the night folk when I was looking for egrets. And that was strange. They pulled me right off the horse. Got my green tea tonight. 11 out of 30. There are no Brits in the chat right now. Have you heard of a meme called Amelia? I kind of want to talk about it, but you know, I'm not a Brit, so I don't it's not really relevant for Americans. But I've been following her. She's a character now that has taken up the mantle of defiance and freedom for Britain, or has become a symbol, let's say, of defiance and a voice to all the civil unrest. That they're not, that they will literally be put in jail for complaining about. What was I going to say? So I've been working on a bunch of video ideas, and I was working on... Hold on. I'm wondering if we should take the horse. No, let's not take the horse, but let's take a weapon just in case we need it. Okay, so I have been watching. I've been watching Rizzoli and Isles, which I think was a TNT show from the 2010-ish. It's another one of those shows that my mom liked that I didn't really care about. That's not an egret. That's not an egret. That's not an egret. But now I like because it reminds me of her. And I don't know, it also reminds me of Bones. It's a lot like Bones. But where Bones was focused on, it's like procedural, it's crime. It's Rizzoli is she's a detective, a homicide detective, and Dr. Isles is her best friend who is a medical examiner. And, if that show was made today, they would have made her gay, but they're not. They're just best friends. They're BFFs. And, they solve crime. And it's a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. But whereas Bones focused on like science, forensic science, and crime and romance between Bones and Booth. Hey, there's gator eggs over here. We can get those too. It's another vanilla flower. Um, Rizzoli and Isles focuses on crime and forensic science and family. Her family unit, just like in her adopted family unit, just, she's really close to her mom, played by Lorraine Bracco, who has a nice accent. Oh, and Rizzoli is, what's her name? Angie Harmon. I've always liked Angie Harmon. She also has not exactly an accent, but she's got like a throaty voice that is very charming, cute. And I looked her up. She's not Italian at all. She's half Greek. She's Mediterranean. So she's lying. She's a little liar. But she's Mediterranean. She's from that region. I guess it's kind of like a Scottish person playing an English person. It's not very, or a Japanese playing a Chinese, which they do a lot, and vice versa. Can't really tell the difference. Is that racist to say? I apologize. Boy, I'm talking a lot. I should be quiet for a little bit. Glynis says, my mom enjoyed that show as well. She also liked Blue Bloods. Glynis, my mom met Tom Selleck. She did, literally, during the Magnum days. Because she was in Hawaii at the time. And she said, quote unquote, he is the most handsome man I have ever seen in my life. And I just thought that was funny. Because, it's like, I'm sure he is in, especially in his prime with the mustache, and he's like, what, 6'3", 6'6", super tall. They don't make him like that anymore, I don't think. We didn't get the flowery flower. There's vanilla here. That used to frustrate me to no end. And I haven't watched Blue Bloods, but I would if it was like available because, I like all those shows now. They remind me of my mom, and I just like watching them and thinking of her watching them, even though that sounds kind of gay. I'm a mama's boy. I miss my mom. Gay. Is that homophobic? I apologize. Let's move on. Yes, what else? That's all I've been watching all week. Is like I think I'm on season what? I'm season 2-ish, I think. We're definitely going to get chewed up. Yeah, it's fun. There it is. We should be looking for egrets while we're here. This is an egret spot. Like that might be an egret over there. It's an alligator. Well, it was something. That's an egret. That's an egret. Right there. Little bastard. Move along, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear at the egrets. That better be an egret. Yes, it is. Look at that thing. You can tell by those delicate flowery tails. A snowy egret. It's not very snowy now. Ha 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 ha. You can tell I missed you guys because I'm talking a lot. I don't think I'll be this loquacious tomorrow night. Hope so. I hope so. Hey, that's a vanilla. It's a vanilla ice baby, Papa One. I made an ice joke. There is a hotel, kind of close to where we live, that I assume ICE are staying at because they're always protesting in front of it, and they've got the whistles out, and the whistles are a thing they do. That I don't know why, because they're shrill, and I don't know. I don't want to talk. I want to talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it. Because we can't talk about it. Unless I say F ice, that I'm allowed to say. Okay, move on. Move along. No, no, turn around. Thank you. I talk to these gators like I talk to dogs. Wow, that's a big one. Crikey, that's a big one, mate. Some berries here. Get some berries for the horse. Glennis says, I saved Albert Mason today and then proceeded to fall off the cliff. That's ironic. Where are we? What? We're getting sidetracked. I'm experiencing mission drift talking to you guys. That mama gator is protecting her eggs, and I'm sorry, we need them. Oh, it's crayfish. We'll give those to Mr. Pearson. He likes crayfish. Red swamp crayfish. There's some oleander, which we don't. That looks like a vanilla. It's more vanilla ice. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Glynis says, you are getting Red Dead distracted. I certainly am, Glynis. Okay, I hope the horse is going to be okay because we're going to... wonder if we can whistle. Papa One says Papa One has been praying for ice, but not icy weather. And then I have thoughts about Don Lemon. Okay, I hate what he did. I'm really angry at him. But at the same time, wait, get away. Oh my. Ah, I told you, run away. But that's because I was going to say something that might be a little bit racist. Okay, get out of the way, please. Um, I really appreciate his speaking voice. That he doesn't use that accent. He speaks with he speaks with an educated, and you're not supposed to say educated because that's racist too. But yeah, I don't. That's one thing that bothers me about that community is they won't speak. They see speaking proper English as a sellout. You're acting white. You're not part of the community, and I hate that. And that's one good thing about him that I'll say is he's not trying to sound like a rapper. There's a lot of scariness around here. Get out of here. But apart from that, I think you should lock him up. I was very angry at what he did, and I totally think he was a part of it. I don't think he was an instigator, but I think he should be included in the list of conspirators. I don't think he's protected by being a journalist. I think he knew exactly what they were doing, and he wanted to. I don't want to. He wanted the views. Move along, or I'll throw a stick of dynamite at you. There's a pirate treasure around here. Take gator eggs. So, this bridge, you see what I'm shooting at? There's pirate treasure there. Mom once says I get distracted all the time when I play Red Dead Redemption 2. And Pop once says, have you been attacked a lot by the gators, Superantonio? Not really, just because I'm usually paying attention. I have what you call situational awareness. Hold on. Let's get rid of this one. And that one. Now we gotta wait for everything to respawn. Let's see what we got 13. I think we need 15, right? And what are we doing? We got a little egret plume, and we have a snowy egret plume. So we need to deal with egrets, and we need to deal with the egret situation. So little, reddish, and snowy is what we need. Oh, that guy. I don't want to deal with him. Did we go here? I don't think we did. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, we're not going to deal with him. Nope. Sorry. You can respawn later and we'll deal with you then, maybe. But we're on a mission. Is this the shack where Arthur's friend is, or is this the strange man's shack? Can't remember. Yeah, this is a strange man's shack. So I forget when, at a certain time, the water is black with venom. Black water. So at a certain time of the night, you will see him in the reflection of this mirror. There's his hat. And I think that portrait also, if you come back, will change to look more like him. Anyways, it's another Red Dead mystery. Don't really care about right now. Papa One says the only time I ever hear about him is when he's being an idiot. And apparently this is one of those times. He has a lot of times, Glynis. Glynis says, watch out, saying I have been snapped by gators there a couple times. Yeah. You gotta watch out for them egrets and the gators. The egrets are protected by gators. Perhaps they're like the little birds on the gators' backs that eat the bugs off the gators. Yeah, Chainsaw Jenna. She's funny. Nice little country girl. Very talented. So this is a good spot for the egrets. They're all around the water here. Let's switch to the El Varmente. As always, there's one. No, that's not an egret. That's a fox or something. Slow down. This is exactly where I was when I was attacked by the night walkers or the night folk. I was looking through the scope and they just pulled me off the horse. I'm going to assume that's a vanilla. That's a vanilla ice. And there are some reddish brown on this side sometimes. Yeah, flowers are way more consistent, but that makes sense because they are all in one spot. They don't fly around. And I'm not sure if you have better luck with egrets at different times of the day or night. There's a brownie. Got you. Wait. Don't you dare fly away, you. There. I'm thinking we need to We need to use a Springfield on these SOBs. Move along, please. Get along, little doggy. Just to make sure that we get him one and done, because we don't really need to worry about the pelt. Mama One says, first time I got grabbed by a gator in the water, I about had a heart attack. Yeah, I know what you mean. The controller shakes. P Gator says it's never happened to me, but I heard the night folk in one kind of encounter will actually take your horse from you and unalive it and leave your saddle on the ground. Oh, that's super scary. That's never happened to me, but I've had NPCs, or those NPC ambushes where they shoot at the horse. I nearly lost a white Arabian. Hey, let's use the rare rolling block. Where is it? I saw it. That's an alligator. Oh, I guess I saw an alligator. What time is it? 4:50. One thing I know is they do not come out at night. Who's shooting? This density of swamp kind of reminds me of Guarma. Moving up. Yeah, they hide. They hide from Arthur. Well, I'll take you to the other spot. I know. We've been there before. We've been everywhere before. And I'm working on a video. Working on means I'm writing them. I'm writing the scripts, which you could totally get ChatGPT to do. A comparison of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Cyberpunk 2077. Because the one I did with Ghost of Tsushima versus Cyberpunk 2077 versus RDR2 back in the day did quite well. So I think the comparison videos might do well. It's certainly worth a try. And I'm thinking we should get a brindle. Why? Because they are excellent hunters. And we are actually hunting these darn things. Never any egrets on this side of the river. What's that about? But we will find egrets on the other side. Here, look at that, SOB. Oh, come on. There. Okay, we're switching to bolt action. Good old Bolty. And we probably shouldn't be out here. Hey, what's that? What's that? Is this a cigar? We need it. Clamshell orchid. I don't like clams. I never developed a taste for clams or oysters. Shrimp. You know, who doesn't love shrimp? And sushi. But, yeah, never like oysters on the half shell. And caviar. I kind of understand caviar. I mean, it's super salty. Caviar is probably the saltiest thing I've ever eaten in my whole life. But I don't really have expensive tastes, you know. I like cheeseburgers. I like vanilla ice cream. I like pizza. I like teriyaki, chicken, beef, and salmon. I love teriyaki salmon. Glennis says, I just used the Lancaster. Good old Lanky. And Glennis is riding in Ardennes right now. We're gonna get a brindle. Make a note of that, Morgan. Just for this. Arthur's hungry. Arthur's hungry. You can have some pork chops. Papa One says, I love you, Super Antonio, but I don't feel you would survive in the wilderness or swamp. I would not, Papa One. It's like I'm a city boy, but I survive and thrive in the city for what it's worth. Papa One says, I love oysters and crawdads, shrimp, everything the ocean offers. I've had some people say you shouldn't eat shrimp because they are bottom feeders. I said to a certain political party. I said, so are a certain political party. LOL. Okay. Yes, that's true. I love shrimp. I don't care to the bottom feeders. Just got to clean them well. That's about all I have for you tonight, friends. We're doing the Cyberpunk stream tomorrow night. But yeah, we will not forget about Algernon. That's what we're doing. This is the Algernon stream. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the mods, Mama One and Papa One, and channel members Glynis and Curbs down under. Hope to see you again tomorrow night. Boy, it's dark out. Arthur doesn't want it to be so dark. There. Scary things come out in the swamp when it's this dark. Mama One says, is Sadie awake? No, she's not. She's right here. There. She's kind of. You want to get up and say goodnight to this stream and tell everyone to like and subscribe? There. She's ready for bed. She had a lot of excitement today. Okay, thanks for watching, friends. We'll see you tomorrow night. And enjoy your Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Remember when I used to say that all the time? What happened to those innocent, kinder, gentler days?